क्योंकि मेरे को बायोलॉजी में ही सबसे ज्यादा मार्क्स मिले. I was so
Chalo,
shocked.
I think our sir has gone live, and here we are with
Yes.
the session.
Hello.
Iman ma'am, all the support, hats off. So I think it's 8:30 and we will go live.
Yes.
So good evening, everyone. Today here we are on session number 21. A wonderful day to begin our topic of NEP and the cultivation of a human mind on this auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi and Dashera, where we have the powers to eliminate all the evil inside us and begin the new journey of learnings today. So let us all collaborate together. Let us all invite all the wonderful speakers over here to create awareness on what is the cultivation of Illumined mind. What is actually Illumined mind? How can we try to create awareness on it, and how can we blend this into the NEP age appropriately? So here I welcome my first speaker, Sonal Jain ma'am, Dr. Sonal Jain ma'am, to create awareness on this wonderful, beautiful Illumined mind topic, NEP and the cultivation of a Illumined mind. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm here now, ready with the session, sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay. Can you all see that?
Yes. Abhi on nahi hua, yes.
Okay. So today's session is very, very important. That is the cultivation of an illumined mind according to the NEP 2020. But if we talk about it, ये बहुत ही पुराना तरीका है जो सदियों से चले आ रहा है, बस अपने आंखों के सामने हमने देखा नहीं है, उसको जाना नहीं है, उसके बारे में कभी सोचा नहीं है. एक्चुअली व्हाट हमारे स्वामी विवेकानंदा जो कहते हैं, उनका ये मानना है कि द पावर्स ऑफ द माइंड are like the rays of the sun. When they are concentrated, they illumine. Yes, the powers of the mind, हमारी जो मन की शक्ति है, वो प्रकाश लाता है सूरज की तरह. वो सूरज की तरह प्रकाश लाता है, वो सबको गैदर करने के लिए, उसका माइंड गैदर करने के लिए. If we see about the pandemic effects, whatever has happened on the child has lost the concentration. Basically, the child has lost the morality to listen. The listening skills does not exist anymore. वो सुनता है, सुनने के लिए सुनता है, आधी बात तो सुनता है, आधी बात सुनता ही नहीं है. ये फैक्ट है और ये हमको एक्सेप्ट कर लेना चाहिए कि अभी इसको रिकवर करने के लिए हमें ठीक 7 साल लग जाएंगे. 7 years of our life, where the child has lost 2 years. To compensate these 2 years, it will take 7 years. It is like a very big punishment for all of us, all the educators. But we will do it together. If we think about it, we can do it. If we implement it, we can definitely do it. So here is this slide. Actually,
please, Sonal ma'am, request you to put the screen on the slide share mode, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
F5. Yeah. 1 sec.
That, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about this slide now, where your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, are you listening or not? Are you thinking about it or not? That is the inconscient. What is the inconscient? What is a subconscient? Is हमारा सोचना, सोच बूझना, जो हम नींद में सुन के, हाँ ठीक है कल ये सब काम करना है, तो वो हम नींद में कह रहे हैं अपने आप से. तो वो माइंड हम जानते हैं कि हमें ये करना है, बट नेक्स्ट डे हम वो उसके जरा सा भी मन में नहीं लेते. मगर कहीं ना कहीं हमारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में अगर वो है, अगर वो इंस्टिंक्ट है, तब हम जाके उसको अप्लाई करते हैं अपनी जिंदगी में. फिजिकल, वाइटल माइंड, हायर माइंड, इल्यूमाइंड माइंड. आपका वो जो स्टेज है, आप उससे क्लियर होइए. साइड बाय साइड यू हैव टू हील. यानी कि आपको वो हील करना है. HEAL, हील. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सॉल्विंग योर प्रॉब्लम. फर्स्ट इनकॉन्शियस, अंदर की जो क्या बोलते हैं, अंतर्यात्मा, इसको कहते हैं अंतर्यात्मा, उसको क्लीन रखना है. उसके बाद अपने सबकॉन्शियस माइंड को हमेशा जागरूक करना है. फिजिकली हमें फिट रहना है, which we are fighting out today. For the fresh air also we are fighting out. Yes, we are not getting fresh air. My mom is there on oxygen cylinder from past 4 years of her life after my dad passed away. ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर है तो मेरी मॉम है, 4 साल से उनको जिंदा रखने के लिए हमको वो ऑक्सीजन चाहिए। आज नौबत ऐसी आ गई है। सो फिजिकल माइंड, वाइटल माइंड, your vital, your inner conscious, your mind inside, what is it saying? जो मन करता है पहले तो उसके ऊपर लागू करना सीखना चाहिए। जो मन कहता है उसके ऊपर हमें लागू करना सीखना ही चाहिए, तब जाके हमारा हायर माइंड सब कुछ हैंडल करने की शक्ति रखेगा। इट कैन हैंडल एवरीथिंग and then you can come to the mind of Illumined. That is, you know what is Illumined mind is basically a self control of everything, self control of your own intuition, self control of your mind, of what you're speaking about. How are you conscious? Should you speak this? Should you say this? Should you present like this in front of all? How should you be? First of all, the person always has a two faces. I always agree this, I believe this. You know, somewhere I had heard when I was a child, I was seeing this Miss Universe contest of Shushmita Sen, the first Miss Universe of India. And at that time, she said that the person has two, faces. At that time, I was just laughing it out. How come two faces? She said one for the self and one for others. Because we have to be conscious about our actions. Now, today, whatever she said at that time, if I recall, yes, she said perfectly all right, that we should have two minds. You never know who are hurting. Your words, your actions, your body language, all these things, they really, we really have to take care about all those things. Then how do we do? How do we expect it? What are the educators expected in NEP 2020? In your methods of teaching, what is expected for the illumined mind? आपको वो डेवलप करना है, उसके लिए आप क्या करोगे? पहले आपके मेथड्स ऑफ टीचिंग में पहले तो आप फ्रीडम ऑफ चाइल्ड, दैट इज फ्रीडम टू एक्सप्रेस, freedom to talk, freedom to ask doubts, freedom to give him a choice of answers, freedom to say him that, no, I am right, no, I am wrong. Let him analyze it by himself or herself. That will be solving half of your problem. Love and sympathy for the child. All the educators have to really, ठंडे दिमाग से अगर हम सोचे तो ये सोचना जरूरी है कि पैंडेमिक में सच में हमने बच्चों का मानसिक संतुलन आधा से ज्यादा खो दिया है। ये हमको एक्सेप्ट कर लेना चाहिए। अभी हमको इलाज उसके लिए सही तरीके से क्या करना है उसके बारे में सोचना है, ना कि कंप्लेन करते रहना है ये बच्चा तो सीखेगा ही नहीं, ये बच्चा तो करता ही नहीं है। नो वेज, यू कैन नॉट टॉक लाइक दिस। If you yourself are in a negative mood, please don't be an educator. Come out of that. If you cannot handle it, then how come you are an educator? Don't call yourself as an educator if you can't handle sensitive issues. Education through mother tongue. Yes, कभी-कभी हमें उन्हें उनके मदर टंग में समझाना पड़ता है. So you should not be so strict like, no, I have a rule of talking only in English. I have to present myself only in English. It's an English medium school. It's a CBSE school. Yes, we know all these facts. But my fact is the child has to understand whatever he is going through. So if he is understanding the lesson, then only I get the better result. My motive is that I have to be very clear in my motive first. Education according to interests of the child. Yes, a few of the students, they are still like this. Especially the grade 8, 9, 10, 11. They are telling like, ma'am, why should I go for this topic? I will omit out because I'm not interested actually. Basically, that is not the field I have chosen. See, they have the rights. मुझे 3-4 बच्चों ने आके कंप्लेन कर लिया है कि भाई हम क्यों सीखे ट्रिग्नोमेट्री? That is not my field actually. I am not going to measure anything. I'm not going to measure anything. This is not my field at all. I have already chosen my career, my field, and I want to work only for that. So the child is saying that I'll omit it. Don't force me. कोई चीज अगर मेरे दिमाग में नहीं जाती और मैं खुद ही उसको जब ब्लॉक कर रही हूँ, तो क्यों आप मुझे फोर्स कर रहे हो? आप क्या करोगे इस सिचुएशन में? इस सिचुएशन में आप अपने आप को ढाल के जरा देखो कि आप इसका सॉल्यूशन कैसे ला सकते हो। ठंडे दिमाग से, ना कि उस पे बरस के कि तेरा मार्क्स कम हो जाएगा, तूने पढ़ना छोड़ दिया, तूने ऐसे करना छोड़ दिया, और rather than complaining. No ways. That is really wrong. Yes, education through self experience. Make the child go to the lab right from the grade 6. You know what happened? 9 and 10, they enter the labs. That's really very wrong, actually. I don't think so. This is the correct attitude. In fact, right from grade 3, you have to make them experience in teaching what is helium. Helium का balloon में और ये normal air के balloon में क्या फर्क है? आप इसको, इसमें क्या अंतर है, आप पहचानिए, जानिए और बताइए. बच्चे को वो मौका दीजिए कि वो एक्सप्रेस करे. Yes, so that self experience is very, very important right now. Emphasis on learning by doing. Yes, you have to make them practically do so. For that, you have to be very much patient. बच्चे के साथ पेशेंस से पेश आइए, गुस्से से नहीं, अपना मानसिक संतुलन खोकर नहीं. मैंने एक परसों एक वीडियो देखा था. आई डोंट नो विच फॉरेन कंट्री डज इट बिलोंग टू, बट द man was beating the child so ruthlessly, and I was just feeling so pity. I literally cried and stopped watching that video, and I asked that sender not to send me again such kind of videos. It is really disturbing my mind. हम बच्चों के लिए ऐसे एजुकेटर नहीं चाहते. Yes, education through cooperation. ताली एक हाथ से नहीं बजती. Yes, you need cooperation from both the side, from the child side. The child has to accept you. You have to accept the child completely. Then only this works out. You become the favorite teacher. You become the hero of the child only when you are standing with respect in front of the child. And that respect you cannot ask. You have to earn it. And how will you earn it? ये आपके हाथ में है. Education according to the nature of the child. Yes, they are very short-tempered these days. Remember one thing, that they have not been in discipline for 2 years, more than 2 years, 2.5 years. They've lost that. You cannot expect now for them to be under discipline. You cannot demand that. That's wrong. Now, again, you have to work on it. Just like a pre-KG child, LKG child, UKG child, you have to bring back their confidence to talk in the assembly. They don't talk. They don't open up. Yes, ask them to open up. Till you speak so well, my God, you captured my heart by saying this topic, You have to say that. Appreciation, उसको आगे बढ़ने की ताकत दीजिए. तभी जाके इल्यूमाइंड माइंड कहीं जाके हम बना पाएंगे. वो तो बाद में की बात है, पहले तो आप ये तो कीजिए. एज एन एजुकेटर आप ये सब करोगे, अप्लाई करोगे हर सब्जेक्ट में. इट इज नॉट दैट फिजिक्स के लिए ये लागू नहीं होता है, केमिस्ट्री के लिए ये लागू, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. यहाँ पे लिखे हुए सारे पॉइंट्स हर सब्जेक्ट को लागू होता है. ध्यान से देखिए इसे. When we talk about empathy, fearlessness, ये सारे चीज गीता में ऑलरेडी है, भगवत गीता में ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है. Verse 16 of Sri Krishna, where he says, while he was teaching to Arjuna, keeping still the whole world, he says that, empathy is the first thing a child should possess. A child, no, a person should possess. So whether you are dealing with a child, whether the child is dealing with you, please deal it very softly. Be empathetic to the child. He will also be learning to be empathetic towards others, seeing you. You are the role model for that. Fearlessness, उसका डर भगाइए. 2 साल कहीं पे चढ़ा नहीं है स्टेज पे, बाहर जाके खेला नहीं है, इंटर कॉम्पिटिशन में, इंटर स्कूल कॉम्पिटिशन्स में कुछ कोई उसने कुछ किया नहीं है. जो भी था वो वर्चुअल था. आधा उसने मन में लिया, आधा उसने लिया ही नहीं है कानों में. तो उस फियर को पहले हमको भगाना पड़ेगा कि भाई ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, तुम कर सकते हो, मैं दोबारा तुमको हेल्प करती हूँ, पहले से हेल्प करती हूँ. प्लीज उसका रूट स्ट्रॉन्ग करने में आप ही का सही रोल है. प्योरिटी ऑफ माइंड. यस, द माइंड, बच्चे का मन बहुत कोमल होता है और इस बात में 100% सच्चाई है. इसे आप हम बड़े बहुत जल्दी एक्सेप्ट कर ले तो ज्यादा बेहतर है. ऐसे मत कीजिए कि बच्चा तो क्रिमिनल ही है, वो घर पे ऐसे ही देखता है, वो ऐसे ही सीखता है, वो अपने डैडी को ऐसे बात करते हुए देखता है, ऐसे सीखता है। अरे क्यों? आपको एक ही एक उसमें लाना है, रेजिलियंस। when you know ask him to be resilient towards everything, he will become very tolerant. He will ignore those kind of things. He will or she will concentrate on what they have to do. Please build a motive for them. Ask them, what is your short term goal, what is your long term goal. Please, only when they achieve the short term goals, they will definitely achieve the long term goal. There is no doubt about it. Yes, steadfastness in spiritual knowledge, भक्ति। उस जरूरी नहीं है कि आइडॉल के सामने आप जाके हाथ जोड़े या मंत्र पढ़े। बस उसको बोलिए कि हम आंखें बंद करके आपको जो अच्छा लगता है, जिसको आप पूछते हो या जिसको आप मानते हो, उसको याद करो। बस वही काफी है। वो आपकी शक्ति जरूर बढ़ाएगी, पॉजिटिविटी बढ़ाएगी। The next thing is charity. Yes, make them to share, make them learn, how to give to the people. That giving quality, no, that should be there now. जो है नहीं, आजकल बहुत सेल्फिश हो गए बच्चे, मेरे माँ बाप मुझको ये ला के देते, वो ला के देते, उसको दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है। दूसरा बच्चा बहुत लो फील करते हैं ये सब सुन के। दूसरे के मन को हर्ट ना करे। ये चैरिटी, शेयरिंग, ये नेचर आ जाना चाहिए बच्चों में। वो आप अपने मॉरल एजुकेशन या वैल्यू एजुकेशन के थ्रू उसमें फैला सकते हैं, उसमें ला सकते हैं ये गुण को। कंट्रोल ऑफ द सेंसेस, यस, हाउ मच शुड यू टॉक, हाउ शुड यू प्रेजेंट, विल दिस अपसेट द अदर पर्सन, will this upset the class, will this upset your teacher? The child should be conscious about that. So those words, so when you control those words, आप अगर गुस्सा ना दिखाए तो मैं सच बोलूं, बच्चे अपने आप ठंडे हो जाते हैं और वो भी नहीं एक्सप्रेस करते। वो भी वही पॉजिटिव चीज एक्सप्रेस करेंगे जो आप एक्सप्रेस करोगे। Sacrifice, yes, please, sometimes you have to sacrifice and do extra duty for the child. For that, I have seen few educators getting panicked about it. Ma'am, my timing is only this much, I am not ready for the remedial classes, please put it to some other teacher. Why are you so negligent about it? After all, he's your child, your class child. You are taking subject for him, your responsibility. This is your responsibility to take out the fear from the child and teach him the subject properly. That sacrifice of time, that sacrifice of everything, they have to teach these kind of values. So it comes only from the tutor, from the educator, from the mentor. Study of the sacred books. ज्यादातर भगवत गीता या फिर ऋग्वेदास या जो भी है, यजुर्वेदा, जो भी हमको सिखाते हैं उसको हम प्रैक्टिकली हर लेसन में ढाल सकते हैं। मगर आप कैसे ढालोगे? Study of the sacred books is not necessary for you to undergo Quran, undergo your holy Christian Bible. No, not necessary. I am just talking about the values in the lesson plan. The values itself can, teach a lot of things to the child. When the child is learning law of gravity, yes, there is a value in that. Ask the teacher, what can be the value for law of gravity? Practically, that value the child has to understand morally. So that has to be done now. It's high time, which we are neglecting, which we are ignorant about, because they didn't write the lesson plan also properly for 2 years. So the teachers have also lost the mind about it. So why not the child here? Yes, austerity. Now, if I talk about this, don't you think that every child should be given an idea that this is how you should be? Just portray something in front of them. Portray, वो गीली मिट्टी है जिसको बैलेंस करना आपको सिखाना है। वो अगर आपके हाथ से छूट गया तो उसका बैलेंस निकल जाएगा। So have that patience, let them express it. Be very straightforward. That straightforwardness is the next point. उसके पीछे अगर वो सुनेगा कि आप उसकी बुराई कर रहे हैं, वो डेफिनेटली आपको रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करेगा और आपकी बातें इग्नोर करके चले जाएगा। चाहे वो लड़का हो या लड़की, nobody likes it, whatever it is, say, This is not good, child. Why can't you change? We can change it for a good attitude, you know. And you see that you will have 3 4 more friends in your list, and you know this will really help you other places for your self growth. Please, you know, show them the way, teach them. They will learn, but you have to be calm for that. Non violence, झगड़े रुकवाइए, डिफरेंसेस मत क्रिएट कीजिए. आप ही अगर नहीं ये तो बहुत अच्छा पढ़ता है, वो तो पढ़ता ही नहीं है, सडनली क्या करेगा बच्चा? यू आर कंपेयरिंग चाइल्ड, यू नो वो शायद किसी और चीज में बहुत अच्छा है. What is it? Like, it's none of your business to, you know, label someone. You cannot do that. You cannot label any child. Yes, truthfulness, सच्चाई से सिखाइए, ईमानदारी से सिखाइए. वो सीखेगा, जरूर सीखेगा, जरूर सीखेगी, उसमें चेंज जरूर आएगा. एब्सेंस ऑफ एंगर. मैंने जैसे कहा कि आप ही अपने बच्चे के हीरो हो. अगर आप गुस्सा छोड़ दे तो वो तो लाएगा ही नहीं अपने चेहरे पे. मगर अगर आप हमेशा चिल्लाती रहे, गुस्सा करते रहे, तो क्यों नहीं लाएगा एंगर? वो तो एक ऐसी क्वालिटी है, वो तो गरम खून है, नरम खून है, गरम खून है, जरूर लाएगा. तो पहले आपको पेशेंस रहना पड़ेगा. यस, पीसफुलनेस, शांति से हैंडल कीजिए, उसको संवार के हैंडल कीजिए. एविडेंस प्रोड्यूस करने दीजिए, अपनी तरफ से एविडेंस प्रोड्यूस कीजिए. दोनों तरफा खुले होकर अगर बात करेंगे टीचर और स्टूडेंट्स, सब कुछ सॉल्व हो जाएगा. कुछ छुपाने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि हम उनके प्रोग्रेस के लिए ही बात कर रहे हैं. यस, restraint from fault finding. Always don't try to, you know, find a fault in one child itself, you know. आपको वो पसंद नहीं है, शायद कोई निजी मामला, शायद कुछ होगा, मगर उसको आप एक्सप्रेस क्यों कर रहे हो? और उस बच्चे ने क्या बिगाड़ा है आपका? उसके माँ बाप ने आपसे कुछ बोला होगा, जरूरी नहीं है उसका बदला आप क्लास में लो सबके सामने. तो पहले तो आप दूसरों में खामियां निकालना बंद कीजिए. Fault finding is the most worst thing. When you do it, the child also does, you know. Ma'am, I always see that girl, you know, having something or the other after in every period, after the middle of the period. Why? The child is feeling very hungry. उसका जीन्स ऐसा है कि उसको बहुत भूख लगती है, तो वो हर पीरियड के बाद एक छोटे से ब्रेक में 2 बिस्किट खा लेती है. क्या हो गया उसमें? Why are you finding fault with that? That's big deal. You have to make them, you know, understand that no, stop doing it. शायद इसकी कोई और वजह भी हो सकती है. Compassion towards all living beings. Yes, teach them how to love. Ask them, how much time do you spend with your parents? Why don't you spend? You should talk it out. You know, make them near to all the relationships. आप उनको धक्का दीजिए, दूसरी दूसरी तरफ भी धक्का दीजिए. एक तरफा कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, माँ बाप के बिना तो बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता है. रिश्ता हर जगह से मजबूत बनना बहुत जरूरी है. तो पहले उस रिश्ते को समझिए, और अगर कुछ गड़बड़ है तो ठीक करने की कोशिश कीजिए बिना इंटरफियर किए. उनके पर्सनल लाइफ में आप इंटरफियर नहीं कर सकते हो, और वो उनको बिल्कुल जायज नहीं होगा, पसंद नहीं होगा. सो आप अपना रोल बच्चे की जिम्मेदारी एहसास दिला के कीजिए. ये मत कीजिए कि आपके पर्सनल लाइफ में ऐसा ठीक नहीं है तो आप ऐसा कीजिए. नहीं, सिर्फ बच्चे के बारे में बात कीजिए, वो ज्यादा बेटर होएगा. वो शायद रिस्पेक्ट भी करे उस बात को, फिर लागू भी करेंगे, सीखेंगे, और सोचेंगे जरूर कि उनकी तरफ से क्या गलतियां हुई है. यस, कंपैशन, जेंटलनेस, नरमी से, मॉडेस्टी. यस, बहुत ही सरलता से, क्लेनलीनेस, उनको वो सिखाइए. एक ही जगह बेडशीट के अंदर बच्चा पूरा ऑनलाइन क्लासेस सीख रहा था. आप सोचिए, अब उसको स्कूल में क्लासरूम में सीधे बैठना बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद है. जहां देखो वहां पे कचरा फेंक देता है, शार्पन कर लेता है, उठाता नहीं है. आजकल वो हैबिट ही चले गई कि जाके डस्टबिन तक शार्प करके आए. तो पहले आप उसके लिए रोल मॉडल बनिए. जो छोटे छोटे चौक के पीसेस है जो आप यूज ही नहीं कर सकते हो, पहले आप तो उठा के डस्टबिन में डालिए. आपको देखेगा वो अपने आप सीख जाएगा कि मुझे इतना आलसी बनना नहीं चाहिए, जगह को क्लीन रखनी चाहिए. A clean environment will 100% develop a clean mind also. And when your mind is clean, everything is acceptable to your mind. Yes. Next is bearing enmity towards none. Yes. उसको बोलिए कि दिल में है ना वो बोझ मत लेकर फिरे कि उसकी नफरत और इसकी नफरत, क्या तुमने सारा दुनिया का ठेका लेके रखा है? सबको प्यार दो, भूल जाओ अगर किसी ने कुछ किया, माफ करना उसको सिखाइए, क्योंकि वो उसका दिल का बोझ हल्का कर देगा. He will concentrate or she will learn to concentrate on studies. उसको भूलना सिखाओ, उसको आगे बढ़ना सिखाओ, उसकी शक्ति दो. Yes, absence of vanity. ये सब तब होगा जब उसके अंदर का वो जो क्या बोलते क्रोध, जो नेगेटिविटी है, वो सब खत्म हो जाए. तो उसमें आपको मदद करनी है. आप वो कैसे करेंगे? According to education, according to integral education, okay, that is the aim of whatever NEP 2020 is inculcating in us, is perfection of soul, realization of inner self, physical development, the development of senses, development of morality, development of consciousness, cultivation of values. So perfection of soul doesn't mean that, the child should do the prayers. No, the child's first attitude is respect. If you make him learn to respect everyone, all the living being, that itself is perfection of soul. It's not necessary to join the hands and pray. It's just necessary to respect each and every living being. That's enough. Realization of inner self. अगर अंदर आप कोई गलती करते हो तो आपका इंस्टिंक्ट वो आपको जगाते रहना चाहिए कि मैंने ये गलती की है. मुझे तो नींद भी नहीं आती अगर मैंने कभी किसी बच्चे को जोर से डांट दिया हो. रात पूरा जगती रहती हूँ कि भाई मैंने क्या डांटा, और नेक्स्ट डे जाके पहले उसी बच्चे को देख के आती हूँ, बच्चा ठीक तो है, मेरे कारण कहीं हर्ट तो नहीं हो गया. फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट, it is very important. Please leave. What happens is when the child enters grade 9, 10, 11, 12, everybody is rushing to just complete the portions. I've seen that. And PET जो एक period बचता है, हर teacher they want to nag it, especially this physics and mathematics teacher, they want to nag, ये दे दो, ये दे दो, ये दे दो. अरे नहीं दे सकते. बस this is important because this has never happened in 2 years. प्लीज लीव द चाइल्ड फॉर दैट वन पीरियड ब्रेक. कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा, आसमान सर पे मत लो, कुछ नहीं होगा, बच्चा पढ़ लेगा. कोई और तरीका लो पढ़ाने के लिए. द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सेंसेस, यस, listening skill, speaking skill, LSRW, that is what we follow for languages. So first you ask the child to listen to you. When the child listens, he automatically learns. So that class control should be there. जो चले गया है उसको वापस लाना है, क्लास कंट्रोल को लाना है. हाँ, बच्चे पहले की तरह नहीं सुनते हैं, नहीं सीखते, आपको वो माहौल बनाना है. डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मोरालिटी सेज कि बच्चे को अपना खुद का जो मॉरल वैल्यू है, अगर हम हर लेसन के बाद उसको बता दे तो वो अपने आप सीख लेगा, समझ लेगा. उसे बताइए कि मैंने ये लेसन इस कारण से सिखाया है, उसका कारण क्या है सीखने का. आप बिना कारण तो आप कोई चीज नहीं सिखाओगे ना, उसके पीछे का कारण बता दीजिए. क्यों छुपा के रखते हो? फिर लर्निंग आउटकम कैसे मिलेगा आपको? सिर्फ आउटकम वो वर्ड जो है वो मिलने के लिए आपको बच्चे को जायज करना पड़ेगा, आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि मैंने भाई इस इंटेंशन से आपको ये सिखाया है. उसको छुपा के मत रखिए. यस, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस, दैट इज इनर इंस्टिंक्ट, अंतरात्मा. कोई गलती करो तो मानना भी सीखो, पेशेंटली सॉरी बोलना भी सीखो, कभी कभी बड़ों के सामने झुक जाना भी सीखो, बाद में एक्सप्लेनेशन दे दो. इससे तुम छोटे नहीं हो जाओगे. किसी ने गलत बोल दिया, इट इज नॉट बाइटिंग यू, जस्ट इग्नोर इट. टुमारो दे विल टॉक समथिंग एल्स. दिस विल बी द XYZ टॉपिक. ओके, so whatever is there, don't take it everything to the heart, don't take it seriously. Just keep moving, you keep doing your duties. Development of consciousness is done only then, otherwise it is incomplete. Cultivation of values, see, I'll just tell you, for this thing, cultivation of values, वो इंसान ही है ना, ह्यूमन बीइंग ही तो हम बोलते हैं. उस ह्यूमन बीइंग को आपको बीइंग ह्यूमन सिखाना है, वही आपका ड्यूटी है एक्चुअली। सही तरीके से एजुकेशन इसी को कहते हैं कि आप एक ह्यूमन बीइंग को बीइंग ह्यूमन सिखाते हैं, वही एजुकेशन है। और यही एनईपी 2020 लागू करने के लिए कह रहा है आपसे। तो आपको बार बार सुनिए, हर सब्जेक्ट में लागू कीजिए, उसे सिखाइए। कल्टिवेशन ऑफ माइंड शुड बी द अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ ह्यूमन एग्जिस्टेंस। स्वयं डॉक्टर अंबेडकर, जिन्होंने लॉ लिखा है इंडिया के लिए, वो जो कह रहे हैं उसे जरा ध्यान से पढ़िए कि कल्टिवेशन ऑफ माइंड, मन का डेवलपमेंट, शुड बी द अल्टीमेट एम, क्योंकि इसकी ताकत के बगैर आप कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे। शुड बी द अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ ह्यूमन एग्जिस्टेंस। एक इंसान है, उसके लिए उसकी मन की शक्ति रहना पहले सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है। Yes, at last, you all can go through it. I want someone to read this for me. I think Sonal, you take up this. What does it say? Unmute, no, Sonal? Unmute. Yeah.
Enlightenment is a recognition of who and what we are.
Yes.
It can be experienced anytime and anywhere. There is no special place that we need to go to experience enlightenment. And no words to describe this. It's in-depth learning, in-depth.
उड़ना
Wonderful.
सिखाइए, उड़ना सिखाइए. He has to survive in this
Yes.
today's world. This is
Yes.
what it means. वो देखिए उस बर्ड को. He has to survive. वो बच्चा उसी तरह से बड़े करना चाहिए कि उसको कल के दिन हम कब तक रहेंगे, हम हैं या नहीं है. बच्चे की जिंदगी, उसके बारे में सोचिए, उसकी लाइफ चलती रहनी चाहिए. सो सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट, ये तो हमने बहुत पहले ही सुन रखा है. तो बस सरवाइव करना सिखाना है हमको. इस दुनिया के साथ लड़ना नहीं है, दुनिया में ढल के जीना है. तो जहाँ पे वो और एक कहावत है, जैसा देश वैसा बेस. Today, just think about me, from Rajasthan to Mumbai to Karnataka to over here in Tamil Nadu, मैं सारे भाषा बोल लेती हूँ, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं होती है. तो क्या करें, जैसा देश वैसा भेष. वहां पे वर्क वाली साड़ी पहनते थे, यहाँ पे हम पट्टू साड़ी पहन लेते हैं. बस यही फर्क है. जैसा देश वैसा भेष. अगर उनको ये देखकर खुशी होती है तो वही कीजिए ना, क्या जाता है हमारा. वो भी खुश, हम भी खुश. दूसरों को खुशी देने से ज्यादा खुशी मिलती है. अपनी खुशी देखने में कभी खुशी मिलती ही नहीं है. एक्चुअली वी आर नॉट दैट सेल्फिश, वी शुड नॉट बी. दूसरों को खुशी दोगे तो उससे ज्यादा दुगना आपको मिलेगा, कहीं ना कहीं, कोई ना कोई मोड़ से जरूर मिलेगा. दिस इज व्हाट, ये तो मैं बहुत स्ट्रांगली बिलीव करती हूँ. बच्चे के लिए काफी साल तक मैंने वेट किया. 40 की उम्र में माँ बनी. आज मैं 42 हूँ और मेरी बच्ची 1 year 2 months. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी अबाउट इट. सो कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी से आशीर्वाद मिला होगा जो मैं कहीं ना कहीं गेन कर गई. So we had to be patient about that. I didn't try any treatment. I left everything long back. I left all the hopes also. So this happiness is the biggest happiness which God has given. So भगवान सबको देता है, सही वक्त पे देगा. बस इंतजार करना चाहिए. इंतजार का फल मीठा होता है. Seek that which never change. When you find it, surrender to it. Dissolve into it until there is nothing left of you. इसको ध्यान से पढ़िए, ये चीज आपको बहुत कुछ सिखा लेगी. Seek that never will change, that which never change. That means you have to think, you have to be strong. वो होगा, कभी ना कभी होगा, कैसे ना होगा. अगर मेरे नसीब में है तो जरूर होगा. वो एक विश्वास रहना चाहिए. मेरा एज हो गया है या फिर मेरी उम्र ढल रही है, अभी होगा या नहीं होगा. Why are you thinking all those negative things? हो जाएगा. बस सरेंडर. आप अपने आप को पहले है ना सरेंडर करना सीखिए हर चीज को. नहीं, I have my ego, I cannot surrender, I cannot bow down. What is this? Actually, it's a negative attitude. An educator should never have that. मैं हमेशा टीचर्स को यही बोलती हूँ कि तुम अगर दूसरों के बच्चे को पूरी भावना से, अच्छे भावना से अपने बच्चे की तरह पढ़ाओगे ना, अपने आप दूसरी जगह जहां पे तुम्हारा बच्चा है उसके साथ सब कुछ सही चल रहा होगा। ये मैं हर एजुकेटर को कहती हूँ। आप उसकी फिक्र ही मत कीजिए कि बच्चा बच्चा कैसे है, किसके साथ है, वो खाया है या नहीं। आपने इन बच्चों को देख लिया ना, अपने आप उस बच्चे का पालन पोषण सही ढंग से, बिल्कुल परफेक्टली जैसे आप चाहते हो वैसे होगा। मैं कभी उठ के अपनी बच्ची की तरफ पीछे पीछे जाती नहीं हूँ कि वो कहाँ पे है, खाई या नहीं। मैंने अपनी ड्यूटी सब बच्चों की तरफ अच्छा किया है, मेरा बच्चा जहाँ भी है सही से है, ये कॉन्फिडेंस मुझ में है। डिजॉल्व इनटू इट, उसमें ढल जाइए until there is nothing left of you। अपना सब कुछ दे दीजिए, आपको बहुत कुछ मिल जाएगा, मगर सब कुछ देने के बाद डोंट बी सेल्फिश। Thank you so much. I think I have covered today's topic according to NEP 2020. So this was the beginning. That's why I asked Sonal to give me the first chance so that others can take it up however they want to or they wish to. I'll just make a restart so that she can, take it ahead in her way. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. One sec.
I think I have no words to say, Renu ma'am, no words to say, because myself and Renu ma'am are constantly working on this from the last 3 years that we have been connected through online. And this has been our mission, to create awareness for all the schools, for all the educators, for all the human beings in general, that what is actually education. Academic, the child will achieve. Professional, the child will achieve. The degrees and the college, the child will achieve. But are they achieving this? No. So, Sonal ma'am, you have actually, I can say, जैसे हमारी आवाज आप तक चली गई है, you have elaborated each and every aspect, each and every voice of mine, what is needed to be done in such a beautiful way, totally grounded, totally going deep into the core. कहते हैं ना, जैसे फार्मर खुदाई करता है तो सीड्स अपने डालने के लिए, तो आपने वो बीज बोए हैं, अब वो फ्रूट्स लाएंगे. लेट अस सी the trees, let us see the fruition of the fruits. And so beautifully you have explained, whether it's in Hindi or whether it's in English, the meaning is the same for everything. Each and every aspect we have covered so beautifully. So before I go to the other speaker, I would like to ask you one or two questions. So इजाजत दे दीजिए.
बोलिए.
तो my first question is that you have elaborated so well, perfection of this, perfection of soul, perfection of this. How are you going to explain your teachers to implement them in the academics? Just one or two examples.
पहला तो मैंने आपको अभी दे दिया था लास्ट में, कि उस टीचर को ये पहले समझाइए अपनी ड्यूटी लेने से पहले एज ए टीचर, दैट अगर आप अपनी ड्यूटी यहाँ पे सही ढंग से अपना सब कुछ देकर, बिना कोई लोभ माया, बिना कोई चीज के, बिना कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन के कर रहे हो, 100% डेफिनेटली आपके बच्चे के साथ वहां पे जहां पे भी है सही ढंग से सब कुछ चल रहा है। जैसे आप चाहती हो दूसरे एजुकेटर से कि अपना बच्चा ऐसे एजुकेटर के साथ रहे, वैसी एजुकेटर आप बनकर दिखाइए। ये मैं हमेशा सबसे पहले बोल लेती हूँ उनको। और दूसरा, मैं उनको हमेशा ये कहती हूँ कि आपके माँ और आपके माँ बाप जो होते हैं सबसे पहले और बड़े रोल मॉडल होते हैं। आज हमने एजुकेशन ये कंसिस्टेंटली ये फील्ड चुना है। मैं 18-19 साल के ऊपर हो गया है, मैं करीबन 20 साल से इसी फील्ड में हूँ, कंसिस्टेंटली सीबीएसई के साथ हूँ। ऊपर नीचे चेंजेस, फर्स्ट टर्म सेकेंड टर्म बहुत कुछ हुआ है, constantly it has been changing, but you have to accept the change, you have to learn to accept the change। आपको इनके साथ ढलना सीखना चाहिए। आपको ये सारे चैलेंजेस एक्सेप्ट करके इसको कैसे लागू करे, बस उसकी चिंता करनी चाहिए। ये चेंज हो गया, ये हमेशा ऐसे करते हैं क्या, क्यों ऐसे कर रहे हैं, ये सब आपका काम नहीं है सोचने का। पिछले साल सीबीएसई ने फर्स्ट टर्म एंड सेकेंड टर्म रखा था, सारे पेरेंट्स बौखला गए, भाई ये क्या है 2 टर्म, इससे तो अच्छा मेरा बच्चा स्टेट बोर्ड में पढ़ लेता या मेट्रिकुलेशन में पढ़ लेता, ये तो बहुत ही सीबीएसई ऐसे हो गया वैसे हो गया, मार्क्स नहीं दे सकते। क्यों? उसके पिछले साल तो आपको मार्क्स मिल गया था, राइट? तो आप वही एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं हर साल। Why shouldn't the child study? Okay ना, CBSE has taught in a different way, saying that मैं आपको 2 मौके दे रहा हूँ। पहला MCQs, उसको ज्यादा सोचना नहीं है, बस सोचकर आंसर देना है कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है। बाद में मैं आपसे सब्जेक्टिव टाइप पूछ रहा हूँ, बस वही तो है असेसमेंट। तो वो उसने इजीली कर लिया है 2 टर्म्स में। आप क्यों इसका भी कंप्लेन करके बड़ा बखेड़ा खड़ा कर रहे हो? पेरेंट्स को हमें दूसरे तरीके से हैंडल करके पॉजिटिविटी से समझाना चाहिए। वो ही मैं टीचर्स को कहती हूँ कि यू डोंट गिव एनीथिंग, यू नो, योर नेगेटिव रिप्लाई, यस सीबीएसई इज ऑलवेज लाइक दिस, इवन इफ यू बिकम लाइक दिस, व्हाट इज द पॉइंट ऑफ डिस्कशन यार? When someone is talking negative, you have to be the positive person. You cannot say that हाँ ये तो हमेशा ऐसे ही करते हैं। अरे कंप्लेन के साथ और कंप्लेन करोगे तो वो तो बोझ बढ़ता जाएगा। उस बोझ को जरा हल्का तो करना सीखो एज एन एजुकेटर। मैं यही कहती हूँ, हर चीज का सॉल्यूशन है, जरा आहिस्ता से सोचो, और अगर आपको नहीं मिल रहा है आंखें बंद करो, थोड़ी टाइम के लिए ब्रेक ले लो, एक 5-10 मिनट बाद उसको रिवर्ट करो, ठहराव लाओ। ये सबसे बड़ी बात है, ठहराव लाना ना आजकल किसी ने सीखा ही नहीं है, बहुत इम्पेशेंट हो जाते हैं, सवाल पूरा भी नहीं सुनते, जवाब निकल आ जाता है। ये तो मैंने बहुत बार देखा है। उनको हमेशा यही बोलती हूँ, एक पेरेंट आपके पास आता है ना, पहले उसको अपना गुस्सा, अपना जो भी है अंदर का कंप्लेन ये वो निकाल देने दीजिए, बाद में क्लेरिफाई कीजिए। आप अपना टाइम लीजिए, तब आप उनको बोल दीजिए कैन आई स्टार्ट, प्लीज गिव मी अ चांस, आप मुझे भी मौका दीजिए ना, बीच में बोले तो बेटर होगा, आप सही ढंग से सुन पाओगे मैं जो बोल रही हूँ। आराम से वो समझाइए, वो समझ जाएंगे। मगर आप भी अगर उसी वक्त चिल्ला के उसके हर बात में बातों के साथ साथ आप भी अगर अपना एक्सप्रेस, यू विल नॉट गेट एनी रिजल्ट, देयर इज नो रिजल्ट फॉर दिस। ये बढ़ते जाएगा और ज्यादा बहुत ही सिवियर हो जाएगा। You will spoil your name and reputation also. Your rapport is very important as an educator. आप वो थप्पा लेकर चल रहे हो, वो आप भूलना नहीं चाहिए। पेशेंटली हैंडल करना सीखो, कभी कभी चीजों को छोड़ देना सीखो, पकड़ के रखने में ज्यादा किसी का कुछ नहीं, I mean सबका नुकसान ही होगा, भला नहीं होगा। छोड़ देना सीख लेना चाहिए, कोई चीजें एक्सेप्ट करना सीख लेना चाहिए। Changes, आप अगर if you are a change maker, you have to accept that I am a change maker, I will initiate it, let others follow me। नहीं, वो उन लोगों ने तो किया ही नहीं है, वो वाला स्कूल तो करता ही नहीं है, ये वाला स्कूल तो ऐसे बिहेव कर रहा है, मैं भी ऐसे करूं। ये क्या बात हुई भाई? तुम अलग क्यों नहीं बन सकते हो? अलग बनोगे तभी तो आपके पास लोग आएंगे, खोज कर, सुनकर, ढूंढ कर आएंगे।
Wonderful. That is what I say. Start letting go some of the things, because everything is not necessary to have all the perfect solutions for the wrong reasons or the right reasons. Solutions to sab jagah hote hai. You have to try to trace it. And as you have said, that practicing the sanity of mind, buddhi ko sayam rakna, that is what is needed. Whether you are educator, whether you are a principal, whether you are running such a big institution, if you are a change maker, you should have this groundedness. And before going to the other speaker, I would like to say, when you have cultivated mindfulness, life becomes richer, more vivid, more satisfying, and you don't take everything that happens so personally. Attention plays a more appropriate role within the greater context of a broad, present, and powerful awareness. You're fully present, happier, and at ease because you're not so easily caught up in the stories and melodramas the mind likes to convert. Your powers of attention are used more appropriately and effectively to examine the world. You become more objective and clear headed and develop an enhanced awareness of the whole. When all these factors are ripe, you're ready for profound insight into a true nature of reality. These are the extraordinary benefits of mindfulness, which Sonal ma'am has so beautifully, so wonderfully narrated. And that is what is actually needed: cultivation of an illumined mind, blending with the academics for the educators. And I think we should start having sessions for parents also now, because parents need more of this, because वो अपना सारा frustration bombard कर देते हैं बच्चे पे. The child is not the culprit. The child is never wrong. You yourself are burdening the child's mind with ये अच्छा नहीं होगा, वो अच्छा नहीं होगा, तुम ऐसे नहीं कर सकते हो, तुम्हारे से ये नहीं होगा. So वो नो हटा दीजिए, yes को लेके आइए. So wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I would like to proceed to next speaker, Dr. R.K. Das, sir, for elaborating on this much needed cultivation of illumined mind, sir. Please welcome.
Yes, thank you, Sonal ma'am. And yeah, very good evening, everyone.
Very good evening, sir.
And yes, we have two Sonal. And Sonal ma'am, whatever that you have said, I really agree. I feel when we talk about mindfulness, when we talk about mindfulness, one who comprehends the mind, that is, like the source of all, bolta hai ki dharmas, always understand everything. All wishes are fulfilled and all religious practice completed. See, it's very easy to, say, but when you teach the students, let me talk about my own example. When I was in class 6, my principal told that you go for meditation. And that time it was, like a strange thing. Meditation, kya hai? Then my principal, he told me in such a way that, yes, this is this, and this is mindfulness. Now, for example, my principal told me that, like, meditation, when you just sit any place, maybe in a bed, then you just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and don't think anything. Now, just listen, don't think anything, just close your eyes. So it is impossible for me to just sit and without thinking, just close your eyes. So there will be distraction. Some people might, throw the stone, whatever may be. But first day, there will be distraction. Second day, there will be distraction. Third day, little distraction. Fourth day, no distraction. And the fifth day, you will go blank. And when you go blank, you start receiving the spiritual bliss. That time you will feel that, yes, my God, this is how I refresh my brain. And to teach the student, it's really very difficult. We need a special teachers to teach the students. See, I always say is that, like, even many of speakers, you will agree with the fact that meditation is something when you reach at a particular place where you go blank. You don't dream. You don't think also. You just go blank. Now, that time, your brain takes a complete rest. It refreshes your mind. See, sometimes what happens, we teach the students, make effort, and do not be, we tell that pretentious. It is difficult to get a chance to hear this essential, we call it teaching, of those who have heard it. Not more than 1% in a number as great as the sands of river Ganga. If you able to practice it, being as a teacher, I feel that we have to come, or rather, come yourself with care, moderate, and of course, any sensory activities. Some of the things comes from family background. Spiritually, when I was very small, before leaving the house, we used to pray to God. Now, that thinking we have that when you pray to God, things are something like that, you get mental satisfaction and you say to yourself that, yes, today will be my good day. And suppose the day you have not prayed, Then you feel that if something wrong happened, then you feel that, yes, it is because of this. Now, that is, we call it blankness of mind. Now, blankness of mind, I want to elaborate this. People who practice mental concentration may inhabit the true mind within themselves by being, we can even call it, dependent on sensory perceptions, cold state of minds and restricted breathing before achieving mental purity. Now, I also feel that depressions is a topic that even we have to teach the student. Now, when I say depression is a topic that we have to teach the student, this is the essential difference between, the ordinary mortal mind that our students have, in which they live, and the spiritual consciousness of our divine and immortal being, which is the highest result of, learning. We have to teach our students about yoga. It is a radical conversion as greater than the change which we suppose. If we, rather, nature to have met its transition from the vital to fully mentalized human consciousness. We all are animals. We all are animals. And man, they are called as the intelligent animals. Why? Because of their mindfulness, which is very, very pivotal for us to use in a proper way. See, the animal has the conscious vital mind, but whatever beginnings there are in it of anything higher or only a primary glimpse. Intelligence, which in man become the splendor of the mental understanding, will, emotions, and many reasons. We easily tell that, like, our students will know about, like spiritual things, about mindfulness. First, to teach the students, the teacher must know what is mindfulness. Cultivations of illumined mind is not just saying the definition, this is this. No, it's not like that. The teacher has to experience by going into this and take it as an application. Now, to my surprise, I might have seen that many people even don't know how to, go for meditations. People say, we can easily say that, like, I am a life coach. My duty is to, like, if someone is, going depression, I tell the rules or something like that. But actually, the person who knows the things, he will not say. Rather, he will implement himself first. Teaching is not that you just have to teach the particular students. You, without teaching, you can show them this is this. Every time, Sunday or maybe any weekend, when you wake up in our Hindu, traditional, when you wake up, you go for every day bath. After that, you do pujas. उसमें जो हम लोग शांति मिलता है, ये बच्चा को हम लोग सिखाना चाहिए. Children, they should know the things why this is necessary. And even I feel that when we talk about NEP हमको क्या बताया? Recognizing, which is very, very necessary. Identifying is very, very necessary. Recognizing their mind, identifying who they are, and fostering the unique capabilities of each student by, I want to say that, by sensitizing teachers. Now, the word sensitizing teachers means what? A teachers who has already experienced the course of action, as well as parents, to promote each student's as we say that it is holistic development in both academic and non-academic spheres. Even when we talk about this illumined mind, the highest priority to achieving foundational literacy, even you can call it numeracy, by all students right from class 1, if possible, go below this also. We have to give that, Sonal ma'am has also said, flexibility. Of course, I agree. Flexibility should be there for the students to learn, so that learners have the ability to choose their learning trajectories and programs. And, I feel that therefore choose their own path in life according to their talent and interest. And we have to create interest, build interest. Not necessarily it has to be on particular religion. It can be anything. If you feel that a particular stone, or if you feel that your parents' photo, if you see and if you pray your parents, God is there also. At least we have to make them believe in something which is, it can be idol. If I believe in idol is my God. Ultimately, something that is related with spiritual, religious, that cultivation of illumined mind is not something that easily we can teach the students. It is multidisciplinarity. And of course, that's why we say that NEP, holistic education, not only science, social science, arts, humanities, but also sports, religious, multidisciplinary world, even tourism, we can include, unity and integrity of all knowledge. So it has vast things, very vast things. And we have to emphasize on conceptual understanding rather than role learning and learning for exam. Stop teaching the students that for exam purpose you have to learn this. Create that interest so that students will feel better. Nowadays, very honestly speaking, I don't mind saying that I'm not very good in Hindi, but I am regretting now, because there are certain things which you get it in Hindi, but for me not possible, because I cannot read and write. This is something very unusual, but it is my mistakes or maybe my luck. I brought up in a very remote place that is in Northeast Nagaland, where I don't know, there is Sanskrit is there. I don't know, I didn't heard about Sanskrit also. But when I started doing my master degree, I came to know about Sanskrit. A person who is just near my hostel roommate, and he said, every morning he said, Suprabhat. He came and said, I asked, sir, what is this? It's good morning. But आप अगर किसी को खुल के मन साफ होके के सुप्रभात बोलो तो आपका दिन अच्छा जाएगा. This is a saying goes. This comes under life skill, such as we call it communications, even cooperation, teamwork, of course, resilience. Sorry, I have not prepared any PowerPoint presentation and all, but I really want to say this, we have to teach the students about mindfulness, and that mindfulness not possible just by explaining the students in the classroom. Rather, it has to be through applications, and teachers should know. That's why we stress on life skills. Ma'am, I may be wrong. We cannot say that I'm a coach, life coach. I'm a, there are so many things. Reiki healers. बोलने में बहुत आसानी है. जब आप वहाँ पहुँचेगा, you will know what is this.
I totally, yeah, sir. I totally agree with you. This thing that the moment pandemic started, there were very genuine life coaches who actually mentored people. पर उसके बाद हमने देखा कि सारे लाइफ कोच हो गए, सारे mental health experts हो गए without having the degrees and without having the expertise. And they were just
Exactly.
mushrooming. Yeah, they were mushrooming every corner of, you can say, online dekho, offline dekho, they were mushrooming like schools, mushrooming in each every corner. So they were not authentic life coach. बस वो pandemic में they started, एक ने शुरू किया तो 10 ने और शुरू कर दिया. And people who are genuine healers from the last 15 to 17 years, जिन्होंने यूनिवर्सल का वो देखा है, कॉस्मिक वाइब्रेशन देखे है, यूनिवर्स का वो सारा कॉस्मिक एनर्जी सेंस किया है, वो अगर अपना कुछ करता है तो सारे ही हीलर बन गए. Even without they knowing what therapies to apply, what kind of signals to magnify and activate, they don't have any knowledge about it. So you said so wonderful. Yes, you have said it so. Yes, sir. So you have said it so wonderfully that it is very easy to say life coach, but being that life coach in real life is very expensive and difficult.
Yes, and our students are very intelligent. Suppose if I say I am a career maker, ultimately I have students will definitely see that like what was my career. In Facebook, you see I am a career maker, I am a healer. Ultimately, a person who knows doesn't, blow the trumpet. I feel that instead of just saying, prove them by teaching them or, giving the life example. Life coach means what? Giving the life example. And Sonal ma'am, you have said correctly, and thank you so much for the invitation. And I'm thankful to Ravi Shankar sir, and I wish him all the best, super best in life. And as he is doing
it was glad to have you, sir, and it was a surprise for me also to have you. And I was like, I think very well all the people connected with what this topic is actually needed. Meditation, mindfulness. This is what is actually illumination of the human mind. Because when you say meditation, कितने लोग कहते हैं, मतलब many people connect with me and say, ma'am, you easily say meditation, but meditate कर नहीं पाते हैं. We can't do it. I said, why? Because back of the mind, something is trying to create disturbance in you, to take revenge from others, to supersede others. उसके आगे जाना है, उसको नीचे गिराना है. So if you have these kind of thoughts in your mind, you will never proceed further in life. As Sonal ji and ma'am has so rightly said, अगर आप अच्छा करोगे तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके बच्चे जहाँ होंगे तो उनके साथ भी अच्छा ही होगा. So it is a law of universe. It is a law of attraction. What you give, you will get double fold. So this is the kind of illumination of a mindset. And you have said meditation, mindfulness so well, sir. I am glad to have you and be a host to you also on this wonderful topic, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my next speaker is, I would like to call, she has told me not to call her an educationist. So I would like to call an awakener for all the people and all the educators here. Welcome, ma'am, Renu Vashishta, ma'am.
Pranam everyone and happy Vijayadashmi. By the grace of Almighty, I'm here. I would like to congratulate the team IDYM for successfully conducting this NEP series. I'm grateful to Mrs. Sonal Chaj and the team IDYM for providing such a lovely platform to express our views and allow us to contribute our bit in the nation building. The topic, of course, is of my interest. Would like to share the screen. Is it visible?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So NEP and the cultivation of an illumined mind. What a wonderful topic it is. The illumined mind does not work primarily by thought, but by vision. The thoughts of illumined minds are only subordinate movement expressive of sight. An illumined mind is a mind no longer higher thought, but of spiritual light. That is very important to have such minds, what is missing in education this time. And I think for a long, it was initially in the ancient time, but it is required now again, and the time has come to have the illumined minds. What I would like to mention, what Chancellor of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Mission, Educational and Research Foundation, Swami Atmapriyananda, said in a press conference, New Education Policy 2020 reflects the vision of Swami Vivekananda. This is what I will be highlighting, and then I'll be sharing my views also about it. So Swami Vivekananda's, he said the education system NEP will result in a complete restructuring, reorganizing, revamping, and rejuvenating of the existing education system in favor of students. Education is manifestation of perfection already in men. These electrifying words of Vedantic monk Swami Vivekananda capture most comprehensively the meaning and purpose of education. From the immemorial of this sermon from Vishnu Puran seems to influence our thinking, Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye, knowledge that liberates. How important it is to know that. And what is there, if we can see in the education system, and Vivekananda was utterly disappointed with the system of education prevalent in his time in India. That was, the Macaulay system was producing supply chain of clerks, and that is happening now also. Outside of every school, in the government schools, it is written Gyanarth Pravesh, ज्ञान लेने के लिए प्रवेश करना है, सेवार्थ प्रस्थान, और जब पूरा एजुकेशन लेके निकलेगा तो वो सेवा करेगा. But what is happening in the education system now? Look at this picture. Children are entering the school in the education system where the creativity, discipline, and intelligence has been discarded, and the trained minds are coming out with the degrees and certificates. This is what is happening. We are not producing the clerks, we are producing the managers now, we can say. All the students, either from the technology field or from the HR or anywhere, MBA, they all are the managers only. They are trying to manage everything for the multinational companies, we can say. So it is it is happening here also, and this was Vivekananda did not like that. That was mentioned in many places. Swami Vivekananda often said that the education was not a collection of facts and information, but something more meaningful. To him, the main aim of education was man-making, life-making, and a character building. He considered education as the assimilation of noble ideas. And what about the noble ideas one should have in the mind? Here we can see in this picture, control of mind should be taught first. This is what Vivekananda had said. Like he said, if he had his education to get over again, he would like to learn to master his mind first and then gather the facts, what he wanted. So mastering the mind is just like in the first picture you can see. If we master the mind, the individuality, the uniqueness of the child lost somewhere in that mastering the minds. And then there is the soul also, the heart also, and the soul is also there. The intellect is there. That is somewhere missing throughout the mind. Education is not the amount of information that is put into the brain and runs right there, undigested all your life. But I say that there is a higher state also beyond mind. What is there beyond mind is required to be nurtured in this situation now.
Can you share the slide on this slide share mode?
If it is just guide me how to do it.
It's on. You have to go on the left side. Iman ma'am, please come to the rescue. Help Renu ma'am.
Hello, sister. Please press F5 or press on the cup which beside the Zoom. You can see Zoom.
Where
percentage. Beside it, there is something like a cup. You can press
On
on
the
it.
top, on the top.
Simple,
Right.
just press
No,
F5.
bottom.
F5. Just press F5.
F5, it's
F5.
okay. It will direct you to the
F5.
first slide. You
F5
can
together.
Yes,
Yes.
F5. बस F5 press कर दीजिए.
Yes, F5 or you can see 67% beside it the button of zoom. Beside it, cup. You
Can't
can
you do it
press
from
on this
there?
cup. No, no, no. In the bottom.
Left, 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 left. Take it to the left.
At this side, but bottom. You are on the top. Bottom, bottom. Or F5. F5 is
Is
okay.
it?
Yes,
Got it,
yes.
got it. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Sorry for disturbing you.
It's okay.
Yes. Thank you.
This I had already shown. See, the controlled mind or the trained mind would be like this, that the uniqueness of the child will be left behind somewhere inside, and here the soul is also there, the intellect is also there. Control of mind should be taught first. This is what Vivekananda had said. But what I have experienced, that there is a higher state of mind also, higher states are also there beyond the mind. That is intellect and Atman, I can say. So that also needs to be taken care of in this time zone. This superstorm of the mind is there. This is happening in the present area, but nature is seeking to evolve beyond an appearance as the natural, true, and just as impulse towards life. Mind is only a form and a veil, and through splendor at the light and lie the path of progressive self-enlargement into whatever higher state humanity's ultimate resting place. See, this time zone is of the feelings, mind and thoughts are remaining aside. We live in the energy world, and that in the ocean of the energy, the emotions and feelings are more important. The studies say that the emotional competencies is more important than the cognitive and the technical. It has overpowered, the emotions have overpowered the mind now. So choreography of the emotions from the superstorm of the mind is required in this time zone. The NEP drafting committee seems to take cue and putting emphasis on the conceptual understanding rather than rote learning, and for exam, highlighted the importance of critical thinking and creativity, encourage logical decision making and innovation, which attribute to the ideas and the rational thinking of Vivekananda. While designing NEP 20, the committee led a strong foundation, the building of the Vishwa Guru Bharat. If we want to go for the Vishwa Guru Bharat, the main focus of NEP is on all-round development of the body, mind, and soul. That is Samagra Vikas. So body and mind has been taken care of very well, but the soul is missing somewhere. That is the life force, and that is the most important part of the one's personality. So we need to see how to nurture the soul. The NEP mentions, and what Renu says, this is what I have designed it, and inculcation of values in education all through its levels in various ways. Can we really inculcate values? Values are not taught, but they are caught. The intent of this saying is that values are not cosmetic ideas that can be put into oneself from outside, but are inherent in us. They are to be discovered within ourselves, asserted again and again, and manifested through our day-to-day action. So values cannot be inculcated. We need to imbibe values to build character and to build nation. Swami Vivekananda has applied Vedantic knowledge in context of past, present, and future of India and the world at large, and has enumerated ways to reach the true destinies of our lives as individuals, society, nation, and the entire human civilization. His educational vision is actually the roadmap to the destinations. My countrymen should have nerves of steel, muscles of iron, and minds like thunderbolt. The NEP needs to implement the aspect of values education in line of these thoughts of Swamiji's. But what I would like to say, we should not forget that there is a difference of 1.5 century between the time zone of Swami Vivekananda and us. If his knowledge would have been applied that time, India would have been the Vishwa Guru 50 years ago. In this time gap, the hardware or the software called human body has changed. The software has changed. Body, I cannot say that it has changed, but of course it has become more fragile. In this time zone, emotions have overpowered the mind and body. As we are vibrating very low, the layers of ego has covered the intellect and the soul. The layers of the ego has covered the intellect and the soul. Human bodies have become fragile. Handle with care. Software needs to be taken care of. Software kahan se dalega, kahan se aayega, kaise dalenge, that is very important. We actually need the reality orientation of values and ethics. We need to see the reality, what is happening in this time zone we need to see. The Indian education system needs a new foundation in Indian philosophy, which is based on correct understanding of reality. This is what we need to see. Quoting Rabindranath Tagore's story, Tota Kahini, Dr. Basu had mentioned somewhere about it, and he said the bird, Tota, will come out of the iron cage after the introduction of NEP 2020. I say Tota will not come out the cage until we work upon the intellect of the teachers. The present time is more driven by physical world. This is what the body, mind, and intellect we need to take care. Intellect, the development of the intellect must be the integral part of the education now. That is missing. The intellect must be integral part, I would like to repeat, of the education. This is the requirement of the illumined mind. Intellect and illumined mind are synonyms, I can say. So what I say, the first 6 steps of how to implement it, this is what implementation part, if we talk about, I would say the first 6 steps of Ashtanga Yoga, if implemented properly in schools, nothing can stop us to be the Vishwa Guru very soon. And they are Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana. ध्यान एंड समाधि वी डोंट हैव टू टॉक अबाउट. अगर इन 6 चीजों को हम लोगों ने स्कूल में सही से इम्प्लीमेंट कर दिया, इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इन द कैरिकुलम, ये एक अलग से सब्जेक्ट नहीं बनेगा. These needs to be involved meticulously and integrately to design the curriculum. The India will be Vishwa Guru in the coming generation, not the generation, years only, we can say, if we start implementing it now. And same what Maslow had said, physiological, his hierarchy says the physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization. He had said this about the man's journey of the life, but I can divide it into the classes. Like for the pre-primary classes, we need to have the physiological needs, and then 1st and 2nd safety needs are required. 3rd to 5th, love and belongingness is required. 6th, 7th, and 8th, esteem needs are there. And 9th to 12th, the self-actualization. If we can incorporate this hierarchy intelligently, we can achieve many goals of ours. So a role, as I mentioned earlier, Tota will not come out of the cage until we work upon the teachers, intellect of the teachers. So role of the teacher in 21st century, the 21st century is a time of paradigm shift. So ordinary actions will reach to extraordinary results. Ordinary actions will reach to extraordinary results if a person is positive, responsible, ambitious, supportive, upright, noble, and generous. So I would like to mention about this, how this 21 years of the 21st century have been passed. And in these 21 years, a rapid growth, progress, change in every field of life we have seen. There was a, very fast growth, very fast we were. And the corona has given a clue to slow down. Rapidness khatam ho gaya and slow down hona tha during corona. Slow down and touch the inner world of yours and allow to flow the nature through you and get along well with the pace of this time zone. This time zone needs what? In the coming 50 years, we will be having wonderful things in the life, that is for sure. Teachers of 21st century need to pull up their sleeves to be truthful, honest, and hardworking. Choose the path of truth, karma, love, and light, and rise and shine easily. That is really true. We can go ahead. Now, I would like to explain how this 21st century is going to help us out. The sum of 21 is 2 + 1, 3. I'm not a numerologist, but out of my intellect, I can say, or out of my insight, I got this. Number 3 is ruled by planet Jupiter. And Jupiter is all about knowledge and wisdom. It enhances sattvic gunas. जो sattvic gun अगर हम बच्चों में ले आएंगे तो they can excel. The illumined minds will be there with the sattvic gun. That is true. Number 3 is fearless. We need not to fear to aspire. We need not to fear to aspire. It is independent and doesn't like to be under the obligation of other people. It is versatile and better in position of authority. That everybody is going to be the leader, that is for sure. No followers would be there. Everybody is going to be the leader. So we are bringing up the leaders now. Every child is unique, so everyone is unique leader. So we need not to have the followers. We need not to think of to make some followers of us. We have to awaken everyone to be the leader of his life. It is also the planet Jupiter is called the Brihaspati. The planet itself is biggest in the solar system, and it has a great impact on the person's life. The Earth's gravitation force has an impact on us and every nature. So similarly, every planet has the impact of the human body. So this Devaguru Brihaspati, and it is going to make lots of impact on us in this 21st century. The number 3, we can say. It is optimistic planet and antagonist of darkness and ignorance. So ignorance ko bhi dur karega hi karega wo. It also compels persons to be more righteous and high on morals. The planet is responsible for knowledge, dedication, and wisdom. Jupiter helps formulating ideologies. The way I have formed my ideologies, that Sonal has formed her ideology. So everybody is going to make their own ideologies and they're going to work also, that is for sure. The higher attributes of mind and uplift the soul are indicated by the Jupiter. You will be logical and very broad-minded. Everybody will be logical. The ignited minds, I can say, the one who are using intellect. Mind driven nahi hai. Intellect driven log jo hain, they'll be broad minded and they'll be the torch bearer in the life of the others. The higher attributes of mind and uplift of soul are generally indicated by the Jupiter. You will be logical, very broad-minded, philosophical, philanthropic nature, good conduct, morals, peace and prosperity, health and wealth are also offered by Jupiter. Jupiter essentially is about expansion. We at Bakal say, train not, expand the mind. We are not going to train the mind. We need to expand the mind, and that will happen with the intellect only. The illumined minds, if we want to enlighten mind, every child, they need to expand their minds. That is for a must. We should be awaken ourselves first and then awaken the children. Jupiter governs the intrinsic curiosity to find the answers and explore the world. It is a judge who assures that you do not forget the values in process. Values are very important. It is known to be giver and is the most generous of all the planets. So we need to be generous also, as it expands without expectations. No expectation, keep on expanding, expanding, and expanding. Jupiter seeks insight through knowledge. Some of this planet's keywords include morality, gratitude, hope, honor, and the law. Jupiter is the planet of broader purpose and possibility. Happiness and joy comes under its rules. It attracts only noble things. So in this 21st century, noble things will be growing, growing, and growing. So we should not fear to aspire in our field. It attracts only noble things, helps people to feel sense of responsibility, the way we have taken the responsibility to awaken the world. And it is going to awaken. Enhances personal image also, makes people more confident and positive in expression. Jupiter wants the soul to expand into new horizons, to learn as much as possible and fill the cup till the brim. Everyone's cup is going to be full and run over. That is for sure. Jupiter is more concerned with wisdom. What should we do now with this much of information about Jupiter? So many attributes you have heard, we have heard, I've said. So what should we do with this lots of information? We need to filter out this noise. The art of being wise is art of knowing what is to overlook. So we'll overlook some and then we'll see what comes. When we filter this noise, we get PRASANG, the prasang, the new age concept to be joyous, that is positive, responsible, ambitious, supportive, abreast, noble, and generous. Jupiter's key words for 21st century are prasang. If we are prasang, if we imbibe these values in children, a child is positive, responsible, ambitious, supportive, abreast, and noble. He'll be joyous in the life. He'll be able to take up the challenges. And it is in a sequence, in order, gradually it grows. If one is positive, he'll definitely be responsible. If a responsible person will be ambitious person will be supportive, and supportive will be abreast with the things. If we support something, we need to abreast ourselves first, and then only we can teach others, and then nobleness will come on its own, and then we'll be generous. That is very true, and it works. It is a divine concept, and it has come out of the 7 rays. These are the 7 rays of the truth, we can say: positive, responsible, ambitious, supportive, abreast, noble, and generous. So NEP committee should work upon these values and it should be involved in somewhere in the curriculum. What I provide curriculum to the schools, I've already started incorporating these. Now, I would like to say distinction between a teacher and an awakener. We need awakeners now in this time zone. We don't need teachers. We don't need preachers, because I have seen this journey. I was a teacher. I became a preacher then, and now I call myself an awakener. Right. So in this journey, I have learned everything. And I think that in this time zone, awakeners are required, who can awaken the child's dormant or latent potentials which are lying within, to unveil and discover, invent, and investigate, explore themselves, and come out with flying colors. Teacher gives information, whereas an awakener works on the transformation. हमको information देके नहीं छोड़ना है. We need to transform the personality of a child or our co-teachers also. A teacher's knowledge dwells only in intellect. A master's or the awakener's knowledge descend from the intellect to feeling of being. So we need to know that feeling of being human and human being. Abhi Sonal had mentioned about it. The teacher is more interested in tradition, whereas an awakener focuses on one state of being. That is really, really important. A teacher focuses on information, whereas an awakener expands the mind A master's device is, an awakener's device is like a window leading one to the sky. They're saying when God gives something, he does not give to you, but through you. This we need to understand. He does not give to you, it gives through you, so that what is coming through you, we need to generously share with everyone. A teacher consciously or unconsciously exploits the inner state of student. A master consciously or unconsciously awakens the inner state of the student. A teacher leads one's dream to the philosophies of one's sleep, and an awakener pushes you your inner depth and does not make you depend on him. An awakener does not ask people to depend on him. Followers usko chahiye nahi, wo dusron ko awaken hi karta hai. So the Jupiter influences the people of 21st century. Teachers of 21st century need to carefully examine everything constantly and improve their skills, abilities in order to be the best, and value knowledge and generosity, the most important characteristics of every person. Work upon self-realization and self-improvement becomes the main goal of every individual. 21st century teacher opens your mind to a reality larger than yourself. It enlightens and fills your mind with vision and possibilities, but you have to act on those visions to make them real. 21st century teacher needs to grow and improve herself to make progress and expand into new areas. She has to stand for the search for meaning and desire to connect with something greater than herself. So we need to connect with greater than ourselves, and to find faith and confidence in life, as well as grace and joy. Jupiter is the task maker who teaches through hard work and discipline. So we need to be hardworking and disciplined. It is more like perpetual student, always learning and expanding horizons. So we cannot, an awakener cannot stop learning. He has to keep on learning, and keep on sharing. The 21st century teacher inspires confidence and encourages to fulfill your potential, closer to the true meaning of the word educate, to lead out. We need to lead out. Everyone needs to lead out. So what is required for this? This inner fitness is required. Only then one's inner modern can connect to the internet discipline of the sense organs and the mind. Inner fitness is possible by imbibing prasang values, building character and building nation. This is the most important thing for us to work upon. The inner apparatus modern to connect with this inner preparatory discipline of the sense organs and the mind. Imbibe values, build character, build nation. The balance lies in the everything. We need to have the balance. We can't talk about the harmony. We can't talk about the unification at this juncture. But of course, if we need to have the balance, we need to be supportive. PRAS, the middle letter is S, that is supportive. If we are supportive to everyone, if we support the world, Vasudeva Kutumbakam is going to be the one of the core element of this time. Look beyond imperfections, be present, be joyous. This is what I say. And at the end, this is the time to mold. I would like to say this little prayer. Change my heart, oh Lord. I'm going to conclude with this prayer. Change my heart, oh Lord. Make it ever true. Change my heart, oh Lord, may I be like you. You are the potter, is what I pray. Change my heart, oh Lord. Make it ever true. Change my heart, oh Lord. May I be like you. May I be like you. May I be like you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You have to cross, ma'am, up. Yeah. So I think each one of you have so beautifully coordinated with this topic with your own presentations, your own mindset, and your own thinking. And looking at each and everyone's perspective, I would like to say Supermind is a plane of perfect knowledge that has a full integral truth of anything. It is a plane that man can rise to above his current limited mentality and have perfect understanding through revelations and power that is leaning down on the earth's consciousness. So I think uh, I have no questions for you, ma'am. You have wonderfully elaborated each and every aspect of all the Jupiter characteristics, what the change of the 2021 is, what a teacher needs to develop, the skills and everything, all integrated. And that is the need of the heart. The teacher has to be transformed so that she can transform the children afterwards. So the next speaker is me, that is myself. And I would like to just highlight on all the core issues of all three of you. So it's a summary and a small gist of it. The youth of today will need to manifest the potential divinity on the perfection within them. Living with an Illumined guru, we have an Illumined guru inside us, each of us. We don't need to depend on every other external factor. So that doesn't teach at all. It's not going to teach you academic things. It's not going to tell you anything about academic contents. This has no relation to academic education nor any academic content. It is only about how the mind could be awakened, illumined. And with such an awakened mind, they will be able to gather facts of information just at will. In the modern parlance, we need to read books. People have stopped reading books. Why is that? So they have started depending on e-books and everything. And that's stability is not there. As a child goes to school, give him a scanner. He will scan all the books in his brain. Give him all the books. Let him scan all the books to his brain. This brain and mind should be awakened to be able to scan any book at his own will. Every line, every word, the child goes on struggling. When the child is starting the school, when he goes to school, we have to see to it that the child is able to pick up a word, a line. If that is not happening, that is the right time to start inculcating awakening of the child to accept slow and progress development accordingly. The human brain has extraordinary possibilities. The possibilities that human brain has, that they have not been exhausted. They will never be exhausted. There is no limit to the extent of human brain and human mind. It is extraordinary. If the mind is so vast, what about the spirit? The body and the mind is so powerful, and how beautifully it coordinates. Not a human body is such a tremendous wonder that a human mind is much more. Normally, when we talk, we see our tongue and teeth both inside the mouth. The tongue is frequently shaking and building up words to speak. Sometimes accidentally it gets cut by the teeth. But have you ever seen the tongue and the teeth fighting? Never. But why are we fighting outside? Why are we comparing ourselves with the other? But just because the teeth and the tongue are inside us, we have to tolerate, because the tongue is used to speak. It is used to have digest the food, and the teeth is also needed. So we will never see the tongue and teeth fighting together. That is how we humans have to become. Stop comparing ourselves, stop having feelings of negativity against each other. To the illumined mind, the whole world burns and sparkles with light. So as Sonal Jain ma'am has said, that at the age of 42, she got a daughter and she was happy at that time. I think, are you there, ma'am? Sonal Jain ma'am? Are you there?
I'm there. I'm listening, actually. I'm listening.
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
complete show.
Yeah.
I didn't miss.
So, yeah, I would like to elaborate on you. When we
Yes.
start teaching about numeracy skills, when we start teaching children about concepts of fruits and everything, have you ever wondered a small apple teaches us human beings so many things. Cut an apple and see, cut 10 slices of apple and see. You will start realizing how your mind can pick up the learning. I will just have a small gist of the 10th apple effect. That is called as the gratitude shots. When we lose our way, we lose our problem skills in life to solve a problem, a way out or a solution to any problem. Any circumstance or any route, we need to have strong navigation skills that are there in ourselves to applying proper knowledge and mindset. We yearn for more and more in life and keep running for materialistic things which are needed only to fulfill our survival needs and to sustain us. Everything, every desire, and every want is an apple for us. We have the first apple when we find a solution to a problem that has some impromptu and you find a way out. That way, out of the solution to the problem is the first apple. We feel happy and elated at the problem being solved, and we carry on our journey ahead with the very first apple, the very first solution that came to us to overcome the problem. Same way, we start becoming lesser and lesser grateful for the solutions that keep coming every now and then, and we forget to thank God in the journey ahead of us. Somehow, with each passing days, our joys become more reduced and we carry on with life. We take for granted that for cruelly tough situations that is always out, and we take for granted. When we start consuming the apples and the solutions that are given to us, we start to become less grateful and react to every solution with a different perspective. With the 10th problem, overcoming all the 9 problems, with the 10th problem that we are faced with starts to taste in a much lesser gratefulness way. We react to solutions and complain in life for every 10 problems coming our way. हर चीज में हम शिकायत निकालते हैं, हर चीज में कंप्लेन, हर चीज में हम एक दूसरे से एनिमोसिटी करते हैं. We already take this gift for granted for finding solutions and throwing away the ones that did not work, but without giving a second thought. They do work if done with a positive approach by applying Illumined mind. They do work. This is the life that has been bestowed upon us, and we are thankless for every small thing in it. Life is a wandering jungle, and we are the hunters, and the solutions are the apples that we find after days of wandering in the jungle. This is called a law of diminishing gratitude. Taking things for granted, or the 10th apple effect. These are lack of appreciation for gifts and blessings of life. The hunter is in all of us, and apples are the solutions, the gifts that life has given us. The 10th apple is as sweet as the first apple, as effective as the first solution or the gift. But the 10th apple fails to give us as much pleasure as the first one. There is nothing wrong with the apples or the solutions, but life's petty issues have stopped us for cherishing the 10th apple effect. That is the gratitude shots we need to express every now and again. So that is all for today. And before I end the session, I would like all the speakers to come on the board and one beautiful Illumined mind advice for all the educators over there. Renu ma'am, I'll start with you. You're mute, ma'am. Renu ma'am, I'll start with you. One advice for all.
I would like to say be prasang, be joyous, positive, responsible, ambitious, supportive, upright, noble, and generous. Look beyond imperfection. Whatever is happening for the good. So be prasang, be joyous.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we do need to look beyond imperfection. That is the need of the heart. Sonal Jain ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm
One
audible?
advice for all.
Yeah. Just one advice is, जो आप चाहते हो दुनिया से, पहले आप खुद बनो. पहले आप खुद बनो जो आप चाहते हो दुनिया से, फिर अमल करो वो जो आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो दुनिया से, जो आप चाहते हो दुनिया से. तो पहले आप खुद पे लागू करें, फिर दूसरों पे.
That is, yeah. In English, I will definitely translate and say, whatever you give out to the universe or the society, you get it multifold.
Yes.
So give good. The dish that you serve to others, you will get the most sweetest dish after that. So this is the English translation for Sonal Jain's ma'am. And R.K. Das, sir?
Yes, ma'am. See, today, as we all know that we have talked about NEP. So one quote I just want to share, that is, hope you like it. Never confine your children. Never confine your children in your own way of learning, since they are born during technology time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And one advice from myself is whenever you find a day out of the dark, always carry the light with you so that the others may find their way too, because you have seen the darkness. You have gone through the jungle. You have traveled the journey alone. Help others travel that journey. The limitless is endless. I mean, there is no end to any achievements. God will always bless you with abundance. Just don't expect anything. Do everything with a good heart, good, clean heart, and divine soul. And that is the need of the heart today for all educators, of all human beings in general. So before I end my session, I would like to invite Bedkar sir for this wonderful review for today's session.
Thank you, Sonal madam, and all the respected resource person, Principal Sonal madam, Renu madam, Rachna Chaudhary Das sir. Topic was very close to all the educators, NEP and the cultivation of an illumined mind. And every resource person tried to explain more and more on this. I was thinking that it's the Sanskar channel for today's, because everyone was saying very perfect and the moral values and the detailed of the all the aspects related to the education and the mind. Mind is the controlling thing of us body. It should be spiritual, and if you cultivate it with the proper way, then it gives positive vibrations. And if you do this habitual to our students, then they will also do this best habit for their bright future. One example I would like to give you: when I was on invigilation program for examination, students were not concentrating about the hall. They were just discussing in that hall. I just said that you are appearing for examination. Within 5 minutes, you will receive your question paper. Now you just have written your exam roll number, all these things on that. Now within this gap, if you keep your mind very calm, first of all, you close your eyes. I will do my duty for distributing that answer book, question book, all these things. Before the bell, everyone should be attentive. Close his mind or her mind and concentrate a single thing, that we are appearing for examination. This is our curriculum. Our teachers have taught all these things, and they followed this on that day. And after that said that, sir, being 1 or 2 minutes, being a quiet in the hall, it was become energetic to write very perfectly in the examination. So every time we have to control our mind in any situation so that we can find solutions and we can give most out of that, best of that. Thank you, madam. Thank you for inviting
Thank you
me.
so much, sir. Thank you. And all the speakers, please come on the screen for a loud of applause for each one of us for highlighting this topic in such a beautiful way. I was wondering whether we all will be able to do it, because as per the topic says, Illumined Mind, it is not about spirituality. It is not about lighting diyas. It is not about gantiya bajana. God doesn't want that. Spirituality is much more beyond that, much more than what we can give to others with our own inner conscience. Listen to my inner voice. Do everything with a generous heart. भगवान ये नहीं कहते हैं कि आप आओ मंदिर में घंटी बजाओ और मेरे को मस्का लगाओ, वो नहीं चाहते हैं. वो ये कहते हैं जहां हो वहीं बैठ के अच्छा काम करो, मैं तुम्हें देखो कैसे ब्लेस करूंगा. And he does it if you really do it. So before I end my session, I would like to end with a beautiful lines from myself. That is, I borrowed the brightness from the sun and used it to see my way. And then gradually, from the habit of looking at the world, as it lightened it, the light in my own mind rekindled multifold. That is what, early morning when I get up, I look at the sun, take the sun rays, and that is what inspires me. if the sun can give so much to the world, to the universe, we as small human beings why can't we give such small things to people? कुछ नहीं जाएगा, कुछ नहीं बिगड़ेगा. It's free and it's available freely. Let's give, let's be generous, let's do the best for everyone. And thank you and gratitude for all the speakers for being present here on this wonderful topic of NEP and the cultivation of an illumined mind. Thank you, IDYM platform, and Ravi sir for the trust in us to take this session, NEP 2020 series, session number 21, day 21, successful. Thank you so much.
One minute. You always forget one thing, appreciating yourself. Actually, today is the first training which I did even in Hindi. Generally, I always prefer only English. But today's topic, what you have chosen, such a kind of a challenge, I am telling you, Sonal, hats off to you. Actually, this never even came into our minds.
Nobody has it. Nobody has it. I got so many calls today, and you wouldn't believe, I had shared the poster on my Facebook wall. I easily removed it. I said, इससे पहले के लोगों के और phone है, what is this about? Let me remove it and let me add it later on, because it is a very